Right, folks, we're at the beautiful, and I mean beautiful, I mean look at this, Alders Farm, not too far from Milton Keynes. I'm with my old mate Trev, young mate Trev.
Old.
And he's pegging up on bream currently, look at this.
This is number 11 or 12.
11 or 12 bream. You've also had some large carp, haven't you? A couple of large carp earlier.
Yeah, I've had a couple of double figure carp, but I've also been beaten up very badly by some carp in here. Look at this, look at this beautiful fish.
They're great, aren't they, them? Look at them. That's what I want on the National Saturday, one of them every chuck.
Not quite sure that's even seen a hook before. So right, Tom, we're not using keep nets, so I can't show you a picture.
Well, we're going to come on to this because we're not using keep nets for a good reason today. It's the heat, and in a minute we're going to bring you your weekly fishing forecast, folks. But first, I'd like Trev just to give us a sneak peek into what he's doing down here, because we're targeting some big fish today, mate, aren't we? By that we mean quality bream, quality carp, and it's going well. You know, it is going well.
It's not going as well as I'd hoped.
You've got very high standards, we know that.
And so it started off well with 2 double figure fish, which I actually thought, wow, what a red letter day. And then the complacency obviously crept in, and the next few fish decided to beat me up. And so you don't show them that.
Come on, let's have a look. What are you putting on the hook? Come on.
I'll just
Don't be like this now. We're all shy.
Look, everyone can see. You know when people say they don't really use it? Look in there, look. There's old maggots. Oh my God.
So I've got to be honest. Since we did this filming with Trev, he's been he's like a film star. He's getting a bit sassy.
No, he's not.
He'll be in your trailer later, won't you?
Just simple. Look, just put there. Let's
have a look. Oh, I see what you're doing. So that's a hookable wafter, but you've put it on a spike, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
Right. And then show us what you're loading the...
Just really simple. I think do this all the time, really. Is just... There's the wafter. There's the micro pellet. I don't...
A few Fuka micros in there as well.
Yeah. I don't...
Right.
Listen, there's no big secrets.
Show us the danger zone then, Trev. Look at this, folks, where it's chucking.
It'll be a wrong cast now.
No, it won't. I'm going to duck down.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to duck down.
Can you see that? Look at that. I'll zoom in. That's a danger zone. Look at that.
It is a danger zone as well.
Oh.
When you hit... The problem is with some of these carp, they're no respecters of age.
No.
And so when they got somebody my age on the end of it, you'd think they'd say, oh, we're going to swim towards you, Trev. But no, not these carp. They're mischievous.
They're a bit ageist, aren't they, really? Yeah, I know what you mean.
And what they're doing, it goes 10 metres back. And I don't know if you can see where the duck is there.
So, a little look.
Right.
There you are.
So it goes 10 metres back from that point. And from that point on, it is all snags. And so you have to give them some grief to try and move them from the snag, and if you give them too much, they'll find an underwater object. In fact, it's quite a difficult peg to fish. Lovely peg to fish, but a difficult peg. But
you're not doing too bad. You're not, well, and this time, yeah. So what I wanted to do, if we can, is I want to pick your brains, mate, because this weekend's forecast is, as per most of the rest of the week, it's red hot. Oh, what have we got? Oh, you haven't. You've missed it, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got this forecast of red hot weather. We're talking 33 degrees in Sheffield, which doesn't happen very often, I'll tell you. But this weekend it is 33 degrees. Ridiculously warm.
I'll tell you what, Tom. Look, let's think outside the box. We've been putting that liquid
on
the bait. Let's just put it on the feeder.
Let's have a look.
See.
Look at this. So this is your amino stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
your
let's see what
amino,
happens. Look, we haven't done that today, so look, while we're filming, that would be fantastic. If that works, oh my God. Right, into the
danger zone.
Into the danger zone.
So yeah, 33 degrees in Sheffield, pal. It's going to be a very, very hot. And so I want to talk to these people about how to fish in warm weather. And more importantly, I think, or as importantly, really, it's about staying safe this weather, isn't it? Because it's very, very hot this weekend.
So, look, somebody who helps us runs a fishery here as part of the team. there's a few things that are worrying us, not unduly worrying, but we've got all of our pumps ready because they're talking about thunderstorms coming in. Now, as you can see, this will be around the country. Most fisheries will have these algae blooms. So if you get a thunderstorm, an electrical storm, it can just completely deoxygenate the lakes that you're in. So if you're at a lake and the fish look as if they're struggling, just go home and report it to the lake owner, and they'll act accordingly. They'll get the pumps in there. That's one thing. If it's really hot and you're fishing, definitely take loads of water. Everybody tells you to do that.
Wear your sun cream, that's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can see that I'm somebody that works outside.
I thought you were going to see somebody that works out then. I'm thinking, you might do.
Works outside. You can see that just stay safe. And one other little tip I'd like to pass on, and it's an obvious tip, but if it gets to one person that doesn't know, if you look over here, you'll see we've got oh God, how lucky is it? Not another bream.
Is it another bream?
But it just shows you, doesn't it? When we pan around, you'll see the big unhooking mat that we've got there. Because, so make sure that if they're out in the sun, before you put any fish in them, put loads of water in it.
Yeah, because they get as hot as anything, don't they?
Yeah, because they're like if you imagine a deck chair, sitting on a deck chair and in the garden, and look at him, he's beautiful. Look.
Oh yeah.
another Fuca skimmer. I tell you, get on that. Get on the River Trent with them.
Well, that's the next thing we're on about, because the Division 1 National is this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. So obviously that's your health and safety covered, really. Keep your fish out of water for as quick as you can.
Get them out, back into the water as quick as possible.
Yeah, get them back into the water as fast as possible. I know a few fisheries are actually banned catch shots at the moment, Bishop's Bowl being one I saw earlier,
right,
and I think it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, that's a good idea as well, very good idea.
But right, so I think before we can take the photo of the fish, we've got to catch them. And tactics-wise, I'd be looking, Trevor, I don't know about you, if I was going on a commercial fishery this weekend, it'd be about targeting fish in shallow water, like margins up to an island or up in the water. What do you think?
I would, and just take a combination of baits as well, because, you know, what we've noticed today, the fish are all over the place and they're not taking anything in particular. So we've tried wafters, we've tried pellets, we've tried different wafters, in fairness. We're not just the few, because we've tried the main lines, and we've caught on a variety of baits. So just take a variety of baits with you and don't be frightened to change them. Try anything.
Absolutely. River-wise, obviously it's going to be low this weekend. Lovely float fishing conditions, folks, not much wind. So I think if you fancy a day on the stick or the waggler, this might be the weekend to go and fill your boots, because it doesn't get much better for float fishing at the moment. I often find as well, when it is like this, that the fish want it pulling through a bit. You know, when it's low and clear, float fishing is better than feeder fishing. So I'd definitely say a day on the stick float or waggler would be sublime on the local river this weekend. And what about canals, Trev? Because quite a few in this area. You're a bit of a canal angler yourself. What would you be thinking if you were heading to the canals this weekend?
I'd probably be thinking boats.
Yes.
And I would probably think, do you know what, let's find a decent commercial. Sorry, canal people. I would imagine that the sun's going to bring a fair few boats out. So
maybe go in the evening when it's quietened off.
Yeah, that would be a great call. But again, or go early before the boats move, and if you don't mind getting up early, find a spot the night before, go and put a bit of bait in it, and then go early in the morning, catch some canal bream, even carp. But going back to what you just said there about the floats, you're absolutely right, because what we've done here today is we've specifically gave me a one method try. We've caught loads.
Your brief today is featuring it for Match Fishing magazine. It's catching big fish in a very specific way, but the same sort of thing rules apply. You're fishing in shallow water up the margin, aren't you?
Yeah, look out there.
Oh, let's zoom in on that little
We're throwing a feeder to the bottom, which is about 3.5 foot over there, and then the fish, as you can see, are up. So it has been quite a challenge. I mean, and the two fish we had, like pristine, fought like absolute fury, absolutely fantastic fight. But you can see that if you had pellet waggler type of fish in here, you'd have them most of the day, because you can see that they're searching about for food. So that was a good call that you said about float fishing. Feeder fishing, obviously people will catch on it on some pegs, but
it's targeting shallow water, isn't it, I think? Whether it's up in the water or margins or islands. So there you are, folks. That's our weekly fishing forecast. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next week.